Alright, well, there it is. That's the Bachmann shell. I bought a Bachmann 484 Northern Santa Fe. Uh, it's a split chassis, split frame, but it had the can motor in it with the big worm gear. That motor was missing. The drivetrain was garbage. I showed that in the other video. So when I got this, the smokestack was busted off. I made one. The roof of the cab was missing. I made one. I showed you a video where I took a 4.64 Rivarossi and chopped the frame, added a set of rear drivers. I used the Rivarossi truck. You can see the white epoxy glue, whatever it is. Baking soda and crazy glue. That's extending that. I made it longer so it would aesthetically fit. The original truck that was in there had bigger wheels. It was more meatier. Not to mention I wanted the rear set of wheels way back so it wouldn't hit the tow bar. I moved the tow bar back from the original, where the original frame it was. That's the Rivarossi front trucks, and I added the ladders and all the stuff that came off of the Bachmann. I haven't put any lights in it or anything like that. Right now it's got a 3-pole skew wound motor. It has plenty of speed, but I don't particularly care for the motor. For some reason, it's brand new, but for some reason it chugs at low speed. I don't know if it's the motor or if it's the valve gear. This is the first day that I've really had it running. So it's still got some electrical pickup problems on some of the track. There is some steel track on this layout. It could be that. It's very hot and humid in here. So that's probably what's causing the wheels on the right side to spark a little bit on some parts of the track. Anyway, we'll run it. The the tender did not have pickups. Most Bachmanns don't. Anyway, the older ones don't. But it had the split axles with the plastic divider in there. So what I ended up doing was the axle pin, we'll just say this pin right here, is metal. And what I did was I took wire, took the coating off, tinned the whole thing very lightly, and made like a braid. And then went from one wheel to another and did 4 loops around the stud, the axle tip, on all 8 wheels. Tighten them up enough that the wheels still spin freely, but it'll give it electrical connection. That's how I did that. Originally I had metal tape, a strip of that with the wire connected to it, and the axles would poke a hole in it, but the connection was iffy. It's a lot better now. Still needs some work, but we'll run it. It chugs a little bit, and you'll see the front wheels spark a little bit. The wheels spark. Now, when it started, that was over a piece of steel track. That's it down, about 55% throttle. It's got plenty of get up and go. It will come off the rails if you go too fast in the corner, especially this one right there. The motor has a little bit of a whir to it. See how it just chugged? I don't know what's going on with that. It's not really smooth at a low speed. It. I don't know what that's all about. But like I said, I gotta work on that. I'll have to pull the transmission out of it and spin the wheels freely and see if they're binding up. I had this running last night, and one of the axle with the gear on it, somebody had repaired before and it came loose, so it went out a quarter. Now the wheel that's on there now is not out a quarter, but something might be causing that to chug. I don't know. It didn't chug yesterday, but it's a work in progress. Take me a few days. I'll iron out all the kinks. No chugs. I don't know what that's all about. It could be one of the drive wheels. I don't know. Could be the spacing in between this. Could be a little bit off. I had to remount this hole, the channel. This set of drivers was keeping these from touching the track. It still is a little bit, but not as bad. It was keeping it from touching the track, so they weren't making connections. So I had to file the holes out a little bit. As soon as it hits the steel track, it stutters a little bit. And it's really hot in the attic. I didn't bother turning the air conditioner on because I'm only running this and then I'm going to pack it in. See it stuttering? Anyway, let's see what it looks like on the bottom and I'll show you what I had to do. Alright, so this is the extra set drivers that are on there. I may have to ream this channel out a little bit more. These wheels may be still coming off the track, off the rails. Now, there's a notch normally in this, see that swiveling? I took that notch off. I needed the extra movement, so this thing could run on 18s without this derailing or anything like that. So to give it extra movement, I took the stud off. I moved this, see that pin where the tow bar is? I moved that back and I grinded it down to clear this. See how it's really close but it's not hitting? See how I bent the wheel, the tow bar, so it doesn't hit the wheels. And this white spot is all crazy glue and baking soda. Obviously needs to be painted. I spaced these out further so I'd have clearance. I didn't have to do anything with the front. You can see the this part here came from the Bachmann, and I bonded it just to try to keep the same look. And I made the smokestack and I made the roof. I didn't really do that great of a job making the roof, but to be honest with you, I'm not really picky. I think I paid 24 bucks for this thing, and maybe another 40 bucks worth of Rivarossi parts to build it. I just have to iron out the kinks. Maybe put a better motor in there, I don't know. But Anyway, that's the update. Oh, one more thing, the tender. Okay, so I put a pin on a metal pin, and on the tender, you'll see in between the wheels, you'll see that little silver wire that jumps from all 4 wheels on each truck. And I slightly tinned it with solder, and then I wrapped it, basically went around the stud and then pulled it tight. So hopefully I'll never have to take the wheels out of this thing, because if I do, I'll probably screw it up. But it loops all 4 wheels, and then there's a wire glued in the spot, and then it goes through a hole in the bottom of the tender. And I did the same thing here. You can actually see some of it. And it actually works really well. If I can get the right size wheels that have electrical connections, I'll replace them. But for now, I'll leave it alone. I've done that on a few other trains, and it's been well over a year, and I run them pretty hard, and I haven't had any problems. So anyway, that's the update on the Rivarossi / Bachmann. So that's it right there. As you saw, it runs pretty good. It just needs a few tweaking to get it run better at a lower speed. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope I didn't babble too much. I'm actually really tired, and I'm going to bed soon. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.